top teams in the NFL after week 11. Bam! Right here, the New England Patriots. Drake May, Mike Vrabel, they might win 13 games, y'all. They might be. The road to the Super Bowl might have to go through Foxborough.
The New England Patriots were supposed to be irrelevant. They were supposed to be rebuilding. They were supposed to be years away. But somebody forgot to tell them that. Because through 11 weeks, after a miserable 4-13 season last year, the New England Patriots are 9-2. Not 6-5, not barely over 500, they're 9-2. One of the best records in the entire league, and what's even crazier, they don't just look good, they look dangerous, they look legit, they look like a team nobody in the AFC wants to see come playoff time. This is not a cute overachieving story, this is not a moral victory, this is not some lucky stretch of football, this is structure, this is coaching, this is execution, this is a plan that is actually working. And at the center of it all is the rise of a superstar quarterback, a monster offseason, a franchise finally rediscovering their DNA, and a head coach who has restored the culture what seems like overnight. The New England Patriots are not just good again, they're way ahead of schedule. And the AFC better wake up, because a dynasty that was supposedly dead might already be back up.
To your point. And that's Douglas in the backfield. May looking his way, trying to connect with Douglas. Got him! Touchdown!
Let's set the stage. Last year, New England was a complete disaster. Not a disappointment, just a straight up mess. They had the 5th worst record in the entire league. The offense felt basically lifeless outside of Drake May, a team without identity, without leadership, and simply very little direction. They did not have the roster, they did not have the staff, they frankly did not feel like they even had a plan. It was pretty bleak. And then it felt like everything changed. Not just a few things, not just one piece, every level of the organization was rebuilt, retooled, and reimagined. A new head coach, new weapons, some new pieces on the offensive line, a new culture, and some newfound expectations. And most importantly, a quarterback who is evolving faster than anyone ever expected. Let's be clear, Drake May wasn't just good coming into the league. He was talented, gifted, a pure thrower, a freak athlete with size, arm strength, and mobility, but talent does not guarantee success. Plenty of quarterbacks have entered the NFL with that talent and disappeared instantly. But May, he's different, because in year 2, he's putting it all together. He isn't just improving, he's accelerating, he's processing faster, he's making veteran-level decisions, he's elevating everyone around him. He looks like a top-tier quarterback already, and every sign points upward. In his Week 5 breakout against the Buffalo Bills, he didn't just play well, he simply outplayed Josh Allen, throwing for 273 yards, making clutch throw after clutch throw, and showing the poise and control of somebody who understood the moments. So far this season, Drake May has 2,836 passing yards, 20 touchdowns, and only 5 interceptions with a completion percentage just under 72%. Quietly, he's turning himself into an MVP candidate, and the best part, he's doing it only in his 2nd season as the full-time starter, after a rookie year where he flashed despite being surrounded by one of the worst situations in the entire league. And now, with actual weapons, actual coaching, and actual structure, he's skyrocketing. May did not just take a step, he took a giant leap, a leap straight into the franchise quarterback category. Let's share a few plays that make Drake May special. This play, you can see his playmaking ability. This play, you can see his ability to work when pressure's in his face.
Fake it, toss it, wide open, touchdown!
And this play, well, this is just Drake May being a different beast. But May alone is not what's fueling the resurgence, not just him. New England didn't just tweak their roster, they detonated it and rebuilt it with purpose. And the additions, they're not just good, they're hitting at a almost elite level. Stephon Diggs has brought exactly what New England has lacked for years. A true alpha, a separator, a chain mover, a tone setter, and a reliable veteran presence who gives May a legit #1 receiver. Carlton Davis has been great next to Christian Gonzalez. He's been physical, disciplined, and exactly the type of defensive leader a young team needs. Milton Williams has been a force on the inside, getting after the quarterback, blowing up run plays, and collapsing the pockets. He doesn't always fill up that stat sheet, but he changes drives. Robert Spillane, he's everywhere. He's in coverage, he's in the backfield, he's diagnosing plays quicker than the offense can run them. He's a heartbeat, a motor, and a presence. These were not just solid moves, they were stabilizing moves, culture moves, moves that create structure, moves that show a franchise knows exactly what they're doing.
3rd and 7, here they come, gets rid of it, and it's intercepted! The Patriots with a takeaway, and it's Robert Spillane.
Then there's their draft. This might be the most underrated part of the New England Patriots' rise, because the Patriots did not just draft well, they drafted foundationally. Will Campbell has been a rock on the blind side. He hasn't been perfect, but he's been exactly what a young quarterback needs. He's been consistent, reliable, and calm. He doesn't lose often, and even when he does, he doesn't just lose cleanly. He's steady, and he's winning at left tackle. TreVeyon Henderson has finally started showing the flashes of explosiveness that made him a star at Ohio State. His vision is improving, his burst is coming back, his confidence is rising, and he's getting more opportunities. Kyle Williams has a ton of potential. While he's not getting a ton of volume, it has shown a few times that he has clearly what it takes to be an explosive playmaker on this team. This class did not just give New England extra talent, it's helped reshape the identity of this team. They got tougher, more athletic, more disciplined, more balanced. This draft class did not just help New England win now, it's positioned them to sustain success for a long period of time. But all of this, the growth, the stability, the confidence, means nothing without the single biggest addition of them all, head coach Mike Vrabel. This man was fired from Tennessee, not because he failed, but because ownership failed him. He had the Titans competitive almost every single year. Even with average quarterback play, injuries, and roster turnover, he squeezed more out of that team than anybody realistically expected. And now, New England gets that benefit. Vrabel has resurrected the exact things that made the Patriots the Patriots. Discipline, physicality, identity, accountability, and that we're tougher than you mentality. Except now, it's modernized, updated, aggressive. Vrabel is not trying to be Bill Belichick. He's trying to build something new, something inspired by the past, but fueled by the present. The players are bought in, the rookies are developing, the veterans are leading, and the staff feels aligned. This is what the Patriots have been missing since Tom Brady left, a unified structure vision. And it's back, strong.
On a 14-play drive. Flip it back here, turning inside, spinning his way, all the way into the end zone.
Kansas City, they're vulnerable. They don't have a ground game. Mahomes has shown weakness. Andy Reid has shown weakness. The team in general is not as good as they once were. Baltimore, they're talented, but they're very banged up, and they haven't really played great football this year. Cincinnati's out of the picture ever since Joe Burrow went down. Buffalo, they just lost to the Houston Texans. They're no longer the juggernaut they usually are. They have injuries, they feel stagnant on offense, and they're pretty unpredictable. The only teams in the AFC that look like true juggernauts would be teams like the Indianapolis Colts and maybe the Denver Broncos, but both those teams also have a ton of question marks about their ability to sustain it for the entire season, including into the playoffs. So in other words, it feels like there's no juggernaut in the AFC this year. There is no unbeatable team, and while the rest of the conference is scrambling for answers, New England is quietly building momentum. They're stacking wins, they're playing with confidence, and they're developing the exact formula that wins postseason games. A rising young star quarterback, an up-and-coming ground game, a tough, improving defense, good weapons, and elite coaching. This is exactly how dynasties start, not by accidents, not by luck, but by structure and bringing in the right people. And New England has done it again. For the first time since Brady walked out the door, the Patriots finally resemble a modern contender. They're efficient, explosive, and balanced on offense. They're physical, disciplined, and opportunistic on defense. They're confident, they're composed, they're not scared of anybody. This is a team that can control the tempo, they can win situational football, they can minimize mistakes, they can execute under pressure, and they can make mid-game adjustments. And those traits are the traits that help teams win championships. New England isn't the best team in the league just yet, but they're on that trajectory. They're ahead of schedule from where everyone thought they were. They're built the right way, they're coaching the right way, and they're developing at the right pace. This is a franchise no longer stuck in the past. This is a franchise marching into a new era with force. Whether the league is ready or not, the Patriots are here. They're young, they're hungry, and they're improving every single week. And they're doing it behind a quarterback who's ascending faster than anyone ever expected, a head coach who's already changed everything, and a roster built with intelligence and intent. The AFC wanted the Patriots gone, wanted the dynasty to be dead, wanted the division to finally be open, but now it looks like the New England Patriots are getting ready to ruin everyone's plans all over again. Because the Patriots are not just winning, they're coming, they're rising, and they might be on the verge of becoming a problem for a very long time.